What the funk? What the freak? The coins of old are a-pumpin', and that is when you know something reeks. What's that smell? Take a whiff, 'cause it's time for Chico Crypto. The coins of old? That was just a politically correct intro. What I really meant was the absolute dog crap, the shat coins, zombie chains, ghost towns. They are a-pumping, and I knew it was a-comin'. I've made 2 videos over the past month trying to warn of these chains who are either completely dead, no transactions, have zero value transactions, or just littered with spam, aka fake transactions. So, who is a-pumpin'? Well, one I showed in my video is XRP. It is littered with zero value transactions, which I covered in that video, and Evan Van Ness tweeted this a few days ago. I know today is Zombie Chain Pump Day, but let's remind people of the XRP, XTZ, and EOS fundamentals, which is a retweet of a tweet he posted in May that says, 3 ghost chains with billions in market cap, but zero use, EOS, XTZ, and XRP. Academic paper finds 95% of EOS transactions are from an airdrop of a valueless token. 82% of Tezos throughput is used for baking, and 98% of XRP transactions have zero value. And pulling out the 14-day chart of each coin, they all look very similar, with the pumps coming all around the same time. So, fundamental building? A pump based on fundamentals like the chain is being used? No, not whatsoever, because things like Verge are now even going bananas with 70% 24-hour gains. So I could bring the haterade for another episode, but I'm not going to set my content on repeat. Today, since we are in the middle of the altcoin dance, I'm going to cover the fundamentals, the coins, the companies, and projects with actual use, as liveliness on a chain, meaning dApps being launched and activity of those dApps or products, is all that really matters. So, who is a pretty damn lively chain with organic transactions? Well, one I've picked as the short to midterm scaling solution for Ethereum, and that's xDai. They have over 31,000 transactions per day as of right now, and it peaked at nearly 100K a couple months ago. Need a comparison? OMG Network, their mainnet, in total only has 9,557 transactions. That is all time, and in the past 24 hours, it's done just 8 transactions, aka it's not being used. And these two, they are both competing for the win with the Reddit scaling competition. And we haven't heard Jack McSquooty Booty in a while about that competition. The last words were in September on the competition submission post. They said, "We are still working on finalizing our scaling solution. We've been very impressed with the breadth and depth of proposals submitted in this bake-off. Many projects have done great work, and it's good to see so many ideas in the Ethereum ecosystem. While we are continuing our due diligence, it's taken a bit longer than expected to understand all the options in detail. As soon as we have more to share, we will make an update here. Thank you for your patience." Nearly 2 months now since those last words. You would think that a decision should be able to be drawn in that amount of time, as they have had 2 months before that delay to review 4 months, an entire quarter. Yes, a decision can be made. Jesus Christ. Personally, I think the reason for the delays was not for more time to review, but they were waiting for something, aka some sort of roll-up to be ready. Optimistic or ZK. But roll-ups aren't going to be ready, and Reddit seriously would like to capitalize on these moving markets. So since rollups aren't ready, they are going to look at an option which can serve the needs right now, and in my opinion, that's xDai, and possibly in Reddit's opinion too. What do I mean? Well, 14 days ago, 2 weeks, an issue was brought forward on GitHub, specifically in POA networks, aka xDAIs, and in the Block Scout section. The title, Verification of Contracts with Constructors from Genesis Block Fails. In the body, we can see the certain developer who brought it forward is playing with a certain environment, including Block Scout version branch, version 3.3.3 beta, and that's from xDai. And further in the body, we can see this certain developer is playing around with POS DAO contracts from xDai. And as we can see, a Viktor Baranov, xDai core dev and lead of the Nifty Wallet and Block Scout, jumps right in to help this certain developer. So, who is this certain developer? As we can see, it's TWT on GitHub, but who is this? Well, it's a Tim Tickle. Shoot, that makes me giggle, not because of the last name, but because of who Tim Tickle is. Going to his LinkedIn, we can see he's a staff engineer of blockchain security for Reddit. And he is no joker in the security space, as before this, he was the head of security for BitMEX and a security engineer at both Uber and Facebook. At BitMEX, he secured the exchange's infrastructure, and Reddit swiped him up in April of this year to secure their community points infrastructure. So, Tim, he's playing around with POS-DAO contracts, Block Scout, and talking with Viktor. It points me to something, as you can't find him playing around or asking questions about the other submissions. So, methinks xDai is getting the reliability tests initiated by Reddit's big dog decision makers. Is it secure enough for the community points to launch on? That's a big question I can't answer for sure, but things are definitely looking good compared with the others. So don't be afraid of xDai, Ethereum. Know that xDai is friend. Now, once again, Chico knows each little run needs a kicker to sustain it. Keep it going. DeFi had its run. NFTs had a mini run. And now I believe it's time for DAOs to shine. DAOs are decentralized autonomous organizations. Basically, companies run autonomously by the members. And going to DeepDAO, which tracks this crypto sector, we can see the top DAOs. And one that has been piquing my major interest lately is number 4 with assets under management. DxDAO, and out of the top 4 based on AUM, it has the second largest number of DAO members, only behind PyDAO. So I covered the basics of DxDAO over this weekend's live stream, but to sum that content up, DxDAO focuses on creating awesome dApps, protocols, and projects within the DeFi Ethereum ecosystem, and they do this through a developer and investor collective. As we can see from their website, the DxD token gives holders an economic claim to the DxDAO's revenue from these dApps, and it also grants its owners future access to a suite of services and premium features in these dApps, such as gasless transactions, feeless anonymizing of assets, reduced trading fees on DEX protocols, and more. And right now they have 4 dApp DeFi-based products. As we can see, the collectively owned products include Mix.eth, a portfolio manager with privacy and security at its core. Omen.eth, a prediction market built on top of Gnosis conditional token framework. Mesa.eth, an open source interface for Gnosis, which includes a fully permissionless DEX, and DXSwap.eth, a protocol for exchanging ERC20 token. And good old Vitalik has even promoted one of their dApps, Omen. In September, he tweeted, "Honestly, prediction markets may be one of the most underrated categories of Ethereum dApps right now. Omen and Augur V2 are both running and have active markets with pretty decent liquidity. Go ahead and try them, with links to both, and Omen is linked first." Now here's what's bullish to me. DxDAO was launched over a year ago. Here is the Ethereum Reddit post about it in May of last year. The title, DxDAO is a large experiment in on-chain governance. It just started and we invite you to join. And as we can see, the first comment is, "Congratulations to the entire Gnosis and DAO Stack teams for shepherding the process of instantiating this DAO experiment to this point." Yeah, Gnosis and DAO Stack is behind this experiment, this DAO. That 'tis super bullish to me. But there is a feature of this DAO which makes me like it even more: how the governance is handled. So DxD, it's not a governance token per se, like in the traditional governance token we're all accustomed to, like from Uniswap or even Compound. This is liquid governance from them. At Uniswap, only whales can create proposals. It's based on your holdings, and there is a threshold to submit. With DxDAO, anyone with an Ethereum wallet address can create proposals, and creating a proposal doesn't require to have reputation or voting power within their DAO. Reputation, what is that? Well, rep is a token and it's given to a wallet, but it's just a voting power token. It's non-transferable, thus it's not exchangeable. And a person's votes within the DxDAO are amplified by a user's reputation balance. Initially, there were vote staking periods where you could earn these reputation tokens and voting power, but those initial ones are done. Today, members can earn rep by providing work to the DAO. They can also earn rep by creating and passing proposals. Also, reputation staking distributions can be voted on to happen again, and I wouldn't doubt another comes down the road. DxDAO, it employs illiquid governance, and it's a stark contrast to how other governance tokens work. This means DxDAO, they took the whale out of the equation, which can equal sometimes bad influence, as we saw with some of the happenings at Uniswap. The whales, they're out of the proposal process, and they will be integrating governance powers to the actual DxD investor token holders down the road. They just wanted the investor out of the initial equation, which is a good thing if you want strong dApps with a community focus getting the project off the initial ground. Cheers, I'll see you next time.